Oh, what a wonderful cycle it is to be a slug cat today, isn't it? Oh, look, a pipe. Let's go through it and see what's on the other side of the pipe. Hopefully there's nothing on the other side of the pipe that will kill me and eat my bones and— Jesus Christ, why are there so many of them? No, get the hell away from me. I swear I don't taste any good at all. You don't have to shake. No, please. No, no. Ah! Hold up a minute. What is a slug cat? And what are all these green creatures? And what the hell is a cycle? Well, if you were wondering these things, you have come to the right place. If you don't, get the hell out. Welcome to RainWorld, a harsh world of an unstable ecosystem. In this game, you play as Slug Cat. This is a slug cat, a hybrid between a cat and a slug. They're kind of like intelligent ferrets, but with thumbs. They are very low down in the food chain, so to protect themselves against these things, they arm themselves with spears and rocks. But what are those? This is a lizard. One of many lizards in the game. They come in an abundance of flavors. Some are less favorable than others. Most of them share the same weaknesses and strengths. A hard armored faceplating and a fleshy backbody. However, you're not told this at any point of the game. Everything is self-learned, and most of it will cost you many deaths. So that's the game. You're hunted down by hungry lizards out to eat your bones? Well, not really. You also have to eat. There's a massive range of food you can consume, and they all give you certain food ticks. Most of them only give you one, but occasionally, bigger prey gives more food, although they are usually more dangerous and risky to acquire. Also, I think it's very important— Hold up, what is that sound? Oh yeah, of course, yes. I forgot about that. No matter how dangerous some of these enemies you face are, the rain stands above them all. It is unavoidable as long as you're beneath the clouds. Or well, almost unavoidable. You see, when you start a cycle, you will have limited time to gather food, to then enter one of these pipes. This right here is a shelter, and it will be your best friend through the entire game. It saves your game progress, allows you to complete achievements, and most importantly, protects you from the entire ocean that falls down on the lands, crushing, not drowning, crushing anything beneath it. There is only one catch. You need food to hibernate in one of these. Otherwise, you will starve. There is a way to sleep without food, but that is very risky, as it will not save your game. This shelter game saver system is a major reason why I love this game, but it's mainly how alive it feels. At the start of a cycle, animals will spawn in from their dens and start to roam. Lizards and other predators look for prey to eat, and the rest try to fend them off. Including you, of course. This all happens simultaneously all around the map, so you can go through a random pipe and see a lizard dragging a dead animal to its den because it just happened in the other room that you weren't at that moment. But in another cycle, the room is completely empty. It's like they all think separately, like wild animals. Sometimes they succeed in their actions, but sometimes they also fail and make mistakes, just like anyone playing the game. One of the biggest reasons this game feels so alive is also the animation and design. Every animal in the game is procedurally animated, meaning that the animation of how the animal moves its limbs is completely dictated by its AI on what is the most efficient way to move, and not a preset animation that loops over and over again, like for example Zelda Breath of the Wild. Of course, it's not all rainbows and sunshine when it comes to that type of animation. You may notice that not many games have procedural animation, and that's because it also comes with some flaws as well. Sure, it makes your game look more alive, but it can also make the game look a little wonky. Creatures can get stuck in loops and such, all because the AI is freaking out and doesn't know how to get forward. There's this region in the game that's notorious for this happening way too much, and you need to deal with it to move forward into the game. So, if you ever decide to play RainWorld, I don't really need to mention what this area is called. I can guarantee you will figure that out on your own. So all I'm saying, if you know, you know. Ow, my head, hello? Hello?
God damn it, why can't I die? This is such bullshit.
Huh, first time.
What do you mean first time?
You think you should be dead, right? To keep reincarnating to the start of a cycle every time you die?
Yeah, exactly, what's that about?
Well, no one knows. It's a running problem.
So, what do I do?
I don't know, you could cry about it, but that won't solve anything.
Ugh, screw this, I'm just gonna jump off another building. Bye.
Okay. Goodbye. There it goes. Okay, so that was a little bit weird. I'm guessing you have a lot of questions right now. Let me explain what just happened. Every time you die in this game, you'll respawn at the last shelter you hibernated in. But then you wonder, isn't it a little odd that you cannot die? That every time you lose your life, you're reincarnated? Well, then you wouldn't be alone, as everyone and everything in this game cannot die, and are left to wonder why they cannot pass on to the afterlife. Of course, in this universe, if you and me were standing in front of each other, and I died, you would never see me again. But in my POV, if we were in RainWorld's universe, I would simply respawn in the day previous, like nothing happened. So, this exact problem is what the civilization before you had on a regular basis. They needed to find a way to rest, but they just couldn't. So they made enormous supercomputers to try and calculate a solution. Megastructures we could only dream of constructing in our world. These megastructures needed entire oceans of coolant. But that created a massive amount of vapor that then turned into rain when the sun went down and the temperature cooled down, making the surface almost unlivable because of the heavy rain. So, that guy that fell on my head, still hurts by the way, that guy that fell on my head was one of those. He I guess he's pretty suicide. Anyways, I wanted to add that every single song that you heard through this video has all come from the game. The soundtrack is amazing. It plays not at all times. It only plays at specific moments that are like interesting or has specific scenery. But there's also a threat song for every single area that goes up and down in complexity depending on how, well, screwed you are, how many enemies are around you. And I think that's very interesting. It makes you really be in the moment. Even though this is a 2D game, it looks very, very simple at first, but it isn't. It has so much complexity, and I cannot describe how it feels to play this game on a rainy day at like 1 AM in a summer break or something like that. It's amazing. Anyways, that pretty much wraps it up, because I'm tired of editing for several hours straight now. This video is originally actually for an English assignment, which is pretty interesting that I chose to do this. I have never put this much effort into a video before. But regardless, RainWorld is a fantastic game and I highly recommend playing it. I have kept a lot of important spoilers from you, regardless of my warning, so that if you did feel like watching the video, I wouldn't ruin the experiment for you if you did decide to play it. So, if you like punishing platformers, go head to Steam right now and get RainWorld. So, that's it for me. Good evening, good day, or good morning. In any case, it's 0:40 a.m. right now, and good night.